Oluwatoba. Welcome. You're welcome to this amazing program. And this evening, we are looking at to Entrepreneurs Pump with Akolade. And thank you. I sincerely appreciate everyone from day one that have been part of this amazing program right from the first edition that was a physical edition. I mean, it's been so amazing. So awesome. And what we have before us this evening to treat, it's something that is very, very vital, and it's something that is really, really, really needed for individual of us to actually pay attention to. And of course, you know that when we bring topics for the entrepreneur's pump, it's always topic that has to do with you, that has to definitely bless you, that has to add value to you, because here at the entrepreneurs pump we are concerned about value. We are concerned about value big time. We are big on value, and that is why we do nothing that is short of excellence. We do nothing that is short of excellence. So let's talk. This evening we're looking at a topic that has eaten deep into so many people, and because of the lack of knowledge that many of them have in this particular topic, it has rendered people to look down on themselves. It has made some prizes. Okay, so that is why this evening we are looking at that. And what is that topic? It is why strategies fail and what to do to make it work. Why strategies fail and what to do to make it work. Why strategies fail and what to do to make it work. Okay, so there are a lot of things that we'll be discussing under this particular topic. Okay, and we are looking at the individual aspect. We have the organizational aspect of this, we have the individual aspect of this. But for the sake of this particular training, we are looking at simply the individual aspect. Why does personal strategies fail? And what can you do to make it work? What can you do to make it work? That is what we will be looking at this time. That is what we'll be looking at this time. Ready, and we are going right into it. Go right into it. So let's look at from an idea stage to a point where you can actually take or get action for what it is that you do. All right. So that is what we are looking at this evening. That is what we are looking at this evening. And I want you to pay attention to this as we'll be unraveling some very, very critical matters that has to do with you and how you get your results and how you get your results and how you get your result. It is very, very, very vital. It is very vital. Okay. So we are looking at strategies for individuals. Please just permit me. I'm trying to put some things in place right here. Trying to put some things in place here. Okay. All right. Okay, I think we are good to go here. So strategies for individual success and overcoming failures. Overcoming failures. So under this, we are looking at some parts which are the common reasons for strategy failure. We are looking at the importance of adaptability in strategy execution. We are also looking at overcoming personal barriers to success. We're looking at the role of self-reflection in refining strategies, building resilience and perseverance in pursuing goals. So those are the highlights for today's program. Those are the highlights for today's program. Remember, I told you, I said when we're talking about strategy, strategy basically is the link between that which you want to do and the result. That which you want to do and the results. That is what it is about. That which you want to do. That list of steps that you want to take to move you from your intention to the result, to move you from a state of goals to a place of results, to a place of price, to a place of you getting that which you want for yourself. All right. So strategy bridges the gap is a list of step-by-step processes that gets one from a state of goals to a place of achievement, to a place of fulfillment. All right. That is what strategy means. And of course, you know, you are familiar with the term because whenever it is that you want to achieve a thing or two, you know how you go to maneuver your ways to ensure that you achieve that thing. In one time or the other, many of us have gone ahead to plan our life, to plan the things we want to do based on the goals we are looking ahead of us. Okay. For example, let's say you have a goal to host an event. Okay. And hosting an event, of course, does not come with ease. Okay. So the things you do or you put in place to ensure that at the end of the day, this event comes out successfully, those things are regarded as strategies. All right. You want to achieve a certain figure in your business, you want to increase your financial goals, you want to increase your health goals, you want to increase your relationship goals, regardless of what it is, all right, that you really want to achieve for yourself. Those things you do before you are able to get those things done, those things are referred to as strategies. And we've observed it so over the times that a lot of people, they end up failing at whatever strategy that they've set for themselves. They end up failing, and this is quite worrisome. Okay, this is quite worrisome. Now, for somebody that has studied all these trends in a while, I think I have an idea or two to share with you on how you can make strategy work for you, regardless of your industry, regardless of the field that you are in. Okay, so before you can be assured that reasons for strategy failures. Let's go into that. Common reasons for strategy failures. I have a few reasons that I highlighted here, and I will be sharing them with you. What are the common reasons for strategy failure? Number one is unclear or vague goals. When your goals is not clear, when they are not clear, when they are not things that even you can see the end from the beginning, all right? Even you can visualize how the achievement will look like. If this is not possible in your goal, definitely that goal is unclear. And of course, it is a vague goal. And when a goal is unclear, there is no how you want to do it. You achieve nothing. You achieve zero. Okay? Because you cannot see that which you are targeting. You cannot see that which you are trying to eat. Okay? So until there is a particular target that you can see ahead of you that is very, very clear, achieving such will become an Herculean task because there is no way you want to get it done. Okay, so wisdom demands that one of the reasons that people fail at their goals or their strategies is that they have an unclear goal. They don't know exactly that which they want to achieve. Okay, one of the reasons that people fail are their strategies. The common if you want this thing, there is a level of sincerity and seriousness that you are going to put into this. All right. There is a level by which you are going to see that which you want to achieve even before you achieve it. That is one of the powers of having a clear goal, because when you see it, you can target it and you can eat it. Okay. So it is no longer news, and it shouldn't be shocked that some people arrived at a destination and they are not surprised. Why? Because before they physically got to that position, which you saw them, in their minds, they've gotten there, they've traveled there, they've enjoyed themselves there, they've made movements there, they've made moves there, they've done certain things there. Before that, before the reality comes on you, they have been there. All right. So they are not shocked. So this is telling you that you shouldn't even be shocked at the results you get. All right. You shouldn't be shocked at the results you get if truly that you have a clear and a goal that is not vague. Okay. That is when strategy will work. So your strategy fail because you have an unclear of measurable outcomes. Lack of measurable outcomes. And we'll talk about this. We are looking at a situation whereby the outcomes readily measured. They are not readily measured. And a goal that is not measured, that is not trackable, there is no way you can achieve it. All right. So if you don't have measurable outcomes, you don't have to, your strategy will definitely fail. All right. measurable outcomes. Lack of measurable outcomes is one of the major reasons that people fail at their goals. Lack of measurable outcomes. Lack of measurable outcomes. Okay, is one of the major reasons that people fail at their goals. One of the major reasons. Okay, so you need to be able to calculate and know for yourself that if I take this step, this is where it is leading me. If I'm going to go like this is where I'm going to end up. So you don't get surprised. Yeah, you can get surprised when your expectation is exceeded. All right. That is what you are really expecting is being exceeded. That is when surprise should come. But when you get to certain results, even though the world is shocked, because in the long run, you didn't carry them along, even though they are shocked, you shouldn't be shocked. Why? It's because you've already calculated the steps you are taking and the result that step is going to give to you. Okay, that's number two. Then number three is unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations. When you have unrealistic expectation, definitely you are eating a dead end. All right, you are eating a dead end. Unrealistic expectations, expectations that are not realistic. Because if you look at your SWOT analysis, your strength, your weakness, your opportunities, and the threats, and you know that you are the weaker side, definitely your expectation should not be higher. Yes, luck can shine on you, but then you should not deceive yourself. Okay, for someone that has not or cannot manage ₦1 million, such a person should not be expecting ₦1 billion all of a sudden. This thing is in growth, this thing is in stages. You have to grow from a certain level to another level and to another level. So wisdom demands that you have a realistic expectation. So one of the common reasons for strategy failure is that many people, they have unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectation. That is what they have, and that is really, really, really killing them. All right, really killing them. Then another reason is the resistance to change. Resistance to change. All right. You see, the world that we are in now is one that has these corresponding changes. All right, they change. We have change almost every now and then. Changes come in our businesses, in our day-to-day activities, in anything at all, and everything that you do. Change is constant. All right, change is constant. So wisdom demands that for you to truly achieve that which you want, you need to be irresistible to change. Okay, be irresistible to change, because whether you like it or not, change is gonna come. All right, change is going to come, whether you like it or you don't like it. You cannot shy away from that. Change is definitely going to come. Okay, so for example, no one was expecting when COVID-19 hit. All right. Even at now, no one is expecting the turn of events that artificial intelligence is taking. So if you are truly wise, you wouldn't say that you want to stay rigid to what you want to achieve, to the steps that you've outlined for yourself. All right. Being rigid cannot help matters here. Regardless of how good, how excellent that your goal or the strategy you set in place to achieve that which you want to achieve sounds, no matter how excellent they may sound, no matter how good they may sound, you shouldn't stay resistance or have resistance to change. All right, you should be irresistible, because change can come. So when you are flexible rather than you being rigid, it will help you to position yourself to how this change can favor you and how this change can work in your favor. That is wisdom. Okay, so when change comes, change is no respecter of persons, change is no respecter of gender, change is no respecter of your economic value. When change comes, it comes with resistance. When change comes, it comes with resistance. But when change comes, But the worst thing to do yourself and see how that change can strategy failures. Okay. Then we have the importance of adaptability. This is where adaptability is key. All right. When we were in primary school, things. All right. They gave us Mr. Ninja and Mr. Ninja Lack, Mr. Ninja D and Mr. Ninja Lack. Mr. Ninja's movements, respiration, nutrition, irritability, growth, then we have reproduction, then we have death. That's the all right. But for Mr. Ninja Lack, the L is locomotion, all right. The A is the adaptability, all right. And the C, of course, is competition. Okay, these are talking about the characteristics of living thing. So if this is your characteristics, now being adaptable means that whatever situation or condition you find yourself in, as much the goal is constant, what you achieve is constant. You adaptable. You need to understand that flexibility in approach is key. You've got to be flexible. You have no other way around this. You've just got to be flexible. Okay, you don't have to stay rigid. If you think it's going to come in this direction and it comes from this direction, wisdom demands that you adapt and stay irresistible. All right, know that change is coming, then adapt to it. Okay, let's assume you projected that this period I should have so and so amount of money in my account so I could do this and that, and all of a sudden the projected period you are not able to achieve this particular thing. You need to actually stay adapted at that period so that you can achieve the other things that you've set in place. Don't forget, you can't eat what you can't see. That is, you cannot eat a target that you cannot see. Okay, when you see the target, to hit the target, to get on the target, you don't have to have you don't have to move in a one-way traffic. Okay, you need to stay open to options. You need to stay open to flexibility. You need to not stay rigid. All right, do not make it's either this or this. Okay, you should have options. There should be an avalanche of options for you to achieve that which you have set in place for yourself. Okay, strategies can come positively, it can come negatively. All right, either way that it comes, it is you that will determine what to do per step. Okay, and mind you, even if you've listed your steps from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4, the situation might demand that you pick step 3 and put it in step 2. Why? Because you are not trying to stay rigid. Okay, for example, during COVID-19, many people had some projected plans. They had some projected steps that they had in mind to take before COVID-19 hits. Okay, so before COVID-19, they already believed that, okay, by March of 2020, we should be able to do this certain figure. And how are we going to achieve this? We are going to achieve this by playing our cards in this direction. Okay, by trying to go out to meet investors, by trying to make people buy into our ideas, by having shareholders in what we currently believe in. Okay, but when COVID-19 hits, their next strategy is actually to start planning and showing people that way they want. But when COVID-19 hits, there's no room to want to go out to meet people, to buy into what you are into your idea. Because how do you want to stage a meeting where everywhere is on lockdown? This is where people have to think. I said, okay, if we cannot meet them physically, we can schedule virtual meetings with them. And that's when Zoom boomed. All right, Zoom and all these video platforms, they boomed, free conference call and the likes. Everything boomed. Why? Because some people had to make use of that as their option. And don't forget, so rather than you trying to convince people before you show them your value and what you have to offer. You have to first of all produce that thing so that while you are presenting to them in a virtual world, they can see what you want to really, what you want them to buy into. So you can see how strategy 4 was brought into strategy 3. So strategy 4 was executed before strategy 5, before strategy 3. And that is not a misplacement of options or priorities. It is you that understand that change is constant and you need not stay rigid. You need to be flexible, because in this sector, flexibility in approach is key. Then I already mentioned the number 2 on the important is that you need to embrace change proactively. Some laws that will be implemented that are against you, that will be in your favor. These policies, they were not created with you in mind. They were created to attend to certain needs. So if you are on the low tire or part of the low hanging fruit, if you are part of this sector or this category of people, some policies will not favor you. Some policies favor the big fours. If you know the big fours, some policy favor the big men. Some policy ability, it enhances resilience and sustainability. It enhances resilience and sustainability. It enhances resilience and sustainability. Okay, you need to stay resilient. Come what may, what you projected may not come. Okay, spirits, so that if you again, you bring in some level of touch, excellence, creativity to something that was existing before. Okay, it does not mean that it has to come newly, but in as much that it is existing, you just bring new model, you add just one touch to it to make it done or get it done, as the case may be. So how can you cultivate this level of adaptability? I have 2 points here. You have to empower yourself with a responsive mindset. Okay, you don't have to stay rigid. You don't have to block yourself from knowing or staying aware of what is happening. Take it or leave it. Artificial intelligence is here to stay. And I told people yesterday, I said that either you like it or not, artificial intelligence is going to kick many out of jobs. But that shouldn't be your fear, all right? That shouldn't be your fear. Your work is, how can you take this artificial intelligence to work in your favor? How can you make your work easy? All right. And of course, better. So one of these series are going to find a day or a period where I'm going to talk solely on artificial intelligence. Of course, is an exhaustive topic. It's not so you can be exhaustive. So all right, the next strategy for cultivating adaptability is you investing in continuous learning. All right, you need to update that which you know. Okay, see, one of the ways that the people that are with you, that what will make them to keep respecting you, what will make them to keep seeing you as some valuable, is that you can do better things than the things you were known to be doing. Okay, so if you were known to be doing one particular thing and people celebrate you for that, especially people that are close to you, if there are no new things that are happening in your life, these people can disrespect. And not just that, they will find better people that can do these things and prefer them compared to you. All right, this is a natural law of life. Okay, so nobody wants to keep taking the same thing almost every time, unless it is marriage. Okay, so you need to invest in continuous learning. You need to stay updated. Your industry is forever evolving. Oh, in whatever industry that you are in, what is the new thing? What is the latest thing? What is the latest information in my industry? You need to stay up to date. Don't keep using grindstone in an era where you can use blender. Don't keep using grindstone in an era where you can even use automated blender. Just pour your pepper there and go to sleep. It's going to do everything for you. All right, so don't still be working in an era of grindstone, all in the name of hard work. The season of hard work alone has expired. This time you need to combine hard work plus smart work. That is how you can get your result, and that is how you can command your respect. Hard work plus smart work, both of them, they work together. Okay, so if you claim to be hardworking, you need to also know how to work smartly. And working smartly is not about just doing it yourself, but being able to manage things, being able to control things, being able to put things to action. All right, so any strategy you take to achieve this is left to you. Okay, so you need to invest in continuous learning. Sign up for courses on Udemy. There are lots of courses that are free that you can take. Even on Yali, you can just go to yali.com. If you're in Nigeria, go to Yali, and not Nigeria, we have in Ghana, Yali Network. Go there. I think it was Nelson Mandela that created that platform. Go to these platforms and learn courses, community development, people development, and the likes. Then learn, get certified, and begin to use it for a change in yourself. Okay, so invest in continuous learning. Invest in continuous learning. Now, can you tell that, let's take for example, every blessed day you are given 30 minutes to talk on your subject matter, something that is your industry, 30 minutes every day for a whole year. Can you do without repeating yourself for a year? If in 1 year you are given 30 minutes per day to talk in your industry, on your subject matter, on that area where you are considered as an expert, can you talk without repeating yourself? That is, what you said last week, you will repeat it this week. Is it possible? If that is not possible, then you know that you have work to do. So 30 minutes is even too far. Let's say 5 minutes. Can you talk for 5 minutes in your subject matter, in your line of expertise, and you won't repeat yourself consistently for 1 year? All right, so keep improving yourself. Keep improving yourself. Don't be behind where the world is moving far. Okay, nobody is going to respect how busy you are, but the results that you can produce or command. All right, nobody wants to care if you are the busiest person on earth. They just want to know, what can your business give to us? What is the tangibility in your business? You claim to be busy. How can your business guarantee or gives us a result? That is what people want to know. They don't want to care if you come out with first class. They don't want to know if you are the best at it, but prove to us by results. People are moved by what they see. What can you create for people to see? Okay, so you need to invest in continuous learning. That is how you can stay adaptable, so that when you learn, you won't fear. What you are aware of, you won't be afraid of it. Okay, so awareness brings consciousness. When you are aware, you are conscious, you won't get to a point of fear that when this thing happens, oh, what am I going to do? Many of us were not triggered or put to fear when AI came. In fact, it even helped our work. Okay, it helped our work. If I want to communicate with anybody in Hausa and they want to see my face, I can do it successfully. I will only speak English, then AI will translate my voice, my tone, my lips to speak Hausa, and Hausa people can hear my language. They can hear what I'm saying. Why? I only spoke English. I don't understand Hausa from anywhere. I can speak any language by just putting my text into place, and AI will pick it up, will be producing those words using my lips, my face, and everything. You will think I'm the one speaking, whereas I'm not the one speaking. So this is a season where you are borderless. This is a season of borderlessness, that you can transport your idea from one corner of your room to the ends of the earth. This is a season where people can get to listen, hear from you, and you don't have to leave that spot that you are. Regardless of your industry, you need to invest in continuous learning. What you know yesterday can be outdated today, provided you stay updated. Okay, so if you don't want to be outdated with the outdated information, the basic recipe for that is you staying updated. Okay, so in some of these things I will share with you, that you need to have some support systems around you. And when we talk about continuous learning, it's not about reading books, watching videos alone. It's also about traveling. Travel to see the world, see cultures, see the way people think, see the way people interact, know how this works. Okay, if you do this particular behavior in Tanzania, are you going to be accepted when you repeat the same behavior in Nigeria? All right, there's a particular country in the world where they all walk naked, where they just do things anyhow. If you do that in any other country, will you be accepted? That is the importance of continuous learning. You need to know what has passed the test of universality. That is, it can work in Nigeria, it can be accepted in UK, it can be accepted in Asian countries. Are we together? So know what works here and is accepted there. That is the place of continuous learning. Continuous learning is also in the areas of you looking inward to see new things that you can do, of you passing your test of SWOT analysis, knowing your strengths, knowing your weaknesses, knowing the opportunities, and knowing the threats that are for you. Okay, so you sit down and think, what are the things that I can now do better? But it's a pity that many people look at themselves, look at the results they command based on what people tell them, based on something they've not discovered on themselves. Now, let's say, for instance, you are able to do something consistently for a few months, for a few years. Your strength is not just being able to stay focused. Part of your strength is that you've developed the mental strength to execute projects. You've developed the mental capacity to carry out some projects, but you don't know this. So until you sit down, you look at the intangible strength, you look at the physical strength that you have. Until you look at these things, you may not get what you want. You may not even know yourself. And I think it was Socrates that was asked. Yeah, I think Socrates, if the greatest philosopher, they asked him, tell us 3 things that you would give as an advice to people around you. He said, number 1, know yourself. Number 2, know yourself. Number 3, know yourself. If you know yourself, you can do much more. All right. What is fear to you will no longer be fear if you know yourself, if you know the strengths that you carry, if you know your weakness. What is actually the weakness that you have? What are the opportunities that are available? The array of opportunities at your disposal, at your choice, and the threats that are there. You know how to tackle all of those things. So how can you overcome personal barriers to success? Personal barriers to success. These things that on their own neutral ground, they can be hindrances to you achieving your success. Number 1 is you need to identify internal obstacles. Now, when we talk about internal obstacles, we are looking at the areas of you considering the things that you are battling with within yourself, the things that probably they are not giving you results, the things that they are making you sad, those internal emotional injuries, those internal issues that you have. There is no how you can do anything in the absence of joy. You cannot get anything done. That is why if you've trained yourself not to feel like doing something before you do it, you are a winner. Again, if you train yourself not to feel like doing something before doing it, then you are an achiever. You are a winner. So, and feeling to do it, or you feeling to do it, comes from an array of emotions. It comes from a speculated feelings within you. So if you feel good, you do it. And if you don't, you won't. So rather than be in this maze, you just need to go out there, sit with yourself, and identify the internal obstacles. We're talking about internal obstacles, we're talking about fear, we're talking about sorrow, we're talking about emotions, all right? We're talking about grudges, we're talking about unforgiveness, okay? We're talking about all of these things. They can be internal obstacles to your success. Then another thing is seeking support and guidance, all right? Seek support, ask for help. No, it is not the weak that ask for help. It is the wise people. It is not the weak that ask for help. It is the wise people. Wise people are the ones who ask for help. You don't have to feel shy. You don't have to feel bad for asking for help. Seek support, because if you fail to still ask for this support, people can create this GoFundMe to finance your burial. Yes, they will create GoFundMe to finance your burial. So it is wisdom that you seek for help. And they will even blame your debt, that why didn't you ask for help? Why didn't you talk? So even if you're not going to get the help, at least talk. Talking has a lot. If men are not hearing you, angels will hear, the wind will hear you, and they will bring you your results. I kid you not. Okay. Then self-awareness. This can never be overemphasized. Very, very important. You can achieve. You set realistic goals, goals that are realistic. You don't set goals that will give you hypertension. Yeah, your dreams should scare you. Your goals should scare you, but not to death. It should scare you to motivate you, not scare you to kill you. Okay? It will scare you to motivate you, not scare you to kill you. All right. So you need to set realistic goals. Know where you are, so that you can know how far you can go. Okay. I used to say this, and I've said it a couple of times, and I'm sure my friend Courage Ngele also said the same thing. He said, when you make your 10K to 100K, it can come from your work. 100K to 1 million, it can come from your hard work. 1 million to 10 million from smart work. But from 100 million to 1 billion, you don't use smart work to do that. What you need is relationship. What you need is people. All right? The level of people, the amount of people that you know. A rich man or a wealthy man is different from a rich man. A wealthy man has resources, has systems, has structures, has people in place that can create and generate income with or without his presence. But a rich man only has cash at hand. Two different things. Okay, when you are a millionaire is not somebody that has 10 million, 5 million, 2 million in the account. No, a millionaire is the person that has the systems, that has the structures, that has the processes, that has the relationship, that has the people. So I believe you understand who a millionaire is now. So it's good to affirm that I'm a millionaire, but know when you are actually a millionaire. If you don't have the mindset yet, it's a mindset thing. It's not a physical thing. People who make the most money already did in their mind before they see it physically. Yeah, they already did in their mind. They spend millions, they have connections, they have relationships, they have systems in place that can generate these results faster and quicker. So having it in your account does not automatically, even if it generates your account statement and is reading lots of millions, ask yourself, do you have the mental capacity of this amount of money? Think on that. Then you need to build resilience and determination. This is very, very key. See, life will toss you like a coin. Life, it will toss you like a coin. Okay, so the best thing for you is to have that resilient spirit, the never giving up attitude, that come what may, you are going to achieve this thing. Now, it is foolishness to know that this thing that you are doing is not heading anywhere and continue to do it because you want to prove a point. It is foolishness. Okay, you can be consistently wrong. The fact that you are doing something consistently does not mean you should be applauded for consistency. You can be consistently wrong. You can do things consistently wrongly. Okay, so wisdom is you knowing what you are doing to be right and you stay consistent, you stay focused in it. But don't be deceived. Don't deceive yourself when you know this thing is not even something you should be found doing. Then implementing effective time management. Now, when we talk about time management, of course, the truth is that time cannot be managed. No. Some people will say time mastery. You cannot master time. No, you can't master time. You can't. You can't. So time management is just a term to cover up for us being able to know how to use our time. Okay, so you implement effective. What time are you waking up? What do you do when you wake up? The first 10 minutes when you wake up matters a lot in the results you get for that day and how your mood will be for that day. Okay, so it is important. What do you see when you wake up? What is the first thing you see? What's the first thing you hear when you wake up? All of these things work together for you. Then cultivating a positive mindset. No negativity around should be accepted. No negativity. So you cultivate a positive mindset, a positive mindset. Then seek continuous improvement. I mentioned that. You seek continuous improvement. Then, so the last point we are going to get tonight, overcoming obstacles and staying focused. What can you do to achieve this? Number one, you need to develop problem-solving skills. Now, you see, these problem-solving skills is not about you knowing how to sit down to solve the problem, but just knowing how to get solution to a perceived, to a discovered problem. You need, there's a skill called, if I remember very well, critical thinking. Yeah, critical thinking. Critical thinking. Go and find your material. Go and any material able to lay your hands on, lay your hands on it, and think critically. Critical thinking is about, part of it is you saw something and you're able to break it down to the barest minimum, that you just keep having branches for it, opening parts for it. Critical thinking, that the parts where people are not seeing it, you are seeing it from there. That is why your locality should not limit your level of thinking. That is why you have a smartphone. Travel far before you travel. Travel far before you travel. Travel with your mobile device. See things. Go on pages that will enhance your sight and vision before you physically travel. All right? Then managing stress and staying resilient. Stress is necessary, is something that we cannot do without. Know how to manage your stress and use it to your advantage. Then the last one I'm going to share here is creating a supportive environment. Let the people around you, let the systems around you, let the structures around you be built and made to support that which you know and do. It has a lot of positive effects to it. When Nehemiah was trying to build, he said, as you are building, hold on to your axe your cutlass, your fighting tools, your weapons of war. So that as you are building, if anybody want to come, just finish that person. That's to tell you that when you're in a system where you are supported, achieving goals should be easier and faster. When you have an environment where people support your dream, where people, they are also interested in your growth, growing will be fun. Growing will be fun. You know, when talking about growing, you don't have to worry about if your fingers will grow again, if your hair will grow again. You only need to do one thing: eat well. Even if you don't eat well, your fingers will still grow, your hair will grow. There are some people called breatharian. These breatharian people, if I remember very well, you know, you can't live without oxygen. But these people, they have a certain, they've discovered that there are certain periods of time that they can do without oxygen. So if you still have oxygen within you, you take water, you take food, the thing that should grow on you will grow. That's just the way life is. If you are supported with the right people that is advising you, you are supported with the right mentor, you are supported with the right connector, you are supported with the right encourager, motivator, you will go far. See, these four people you should make sure they are in your life. Number one, an encourager. Somebody that will encourage you, that will motivate you, that will steer you up, that no, you can do this thing. Not somebody that will hype you to death. Please note. Not somebody that will give you wrong motivation for a wrong task. You need to have an encourager. Number two, you need to have a connector. Somebody that knows somebody that can help you get what you want. You need to have those kind of people, right? Then the third, you need to have a mentor. You need to have a mentor, someone that will lead you, that will guide you to where you are going. I forgot to say the fourth one. If I remember, I'll drop them in the comment section. I'll tell you before we round up. So those four people: the encourager, the connector, the mentor, and the last one. You just keep, I remember it's not quite long, but just keep my mind. And now, so you need to have these people in your life. When you have an enabling environment, everything will be fun to you. You will grow faster. You will get where you're going faster. All right. There is nothing that can beat a man with a supportive system and environment. No, nothing. Nothing can bring such man down. Okay. So, and you can create this thing. How can you become one that people want to support? Work about parasitic life. People will run away from you. You are only concerned about yourself. There is no symbiosis in your character. You only want to be the one to flourish while you leave other people at par. You are not, there's nobody that you are carrying along to even to a place of greatness. When you look back, you find nobody. Because even the riches you are looking for can get boring at times, but the impact you've made will be the things. It is men that did it. Any angelic being, men did it. So work in building quality men that can stand for you when you are alone, that can stand with you when you need men, when you need cover clothes. Okay, so you need not be parasitic in nature. And number two, be a valuable person. Nobody will support a non-entity. Nobody will support that person that has nothing upstairs. Okay, so know what you are doing. Be valuable. Have values in your life. Value is anything that can bring essence to a thing. Anything that can bring essence, that can bring relevance, that can bring significance to a thing, that is value. So even if what you are doing demands that people support you, they need to see the reason why they are supporting you. If anybody is investing in a footballer, the person is hopeful that one day you are going to yield profit for them. Okay, so that is one thing that you need to have in your mind. Be valuable, have value. This is where the place of continuous learning and investment is needed. Invest in yourself. Invest heavily in yourself. Let no amount be too much for you to invest in your mind, because from your mind everything will grow. From your mind everything will grow. Everything. You can even pay for some classes that you are not going there for the knowledge. The first time I will ever pay 50K for a program, the very first time, I think that was in like 2020 or 2019. The very first time I would do that. The very first time I would do that, I almost cried because I had nothing left in the account. But when I went for the event, what they were sharing were things I know, but I was not going there for what they were teaching. I went there for the sake of the people that were to attend the same class. Today, we still maintain that leverage. That network from them is still working. Imagine a program of 50K that you've made people that connect you to a job of millions. So you understand that that is investment. Investment in yourself will always have a great ROI. That is return on investment. It has massive ROI. Massive, massive. Invest in your mind. Invest in what you see. Invest in what you hear. All these things matter. All these things. Use your data for your life. Use it to save yourself, right? If your location is not admitting that you are able to do some of these things, just create what you want with what is available with you. Create it. Create what you want with what is available. And with this, you are going to do excellently well when it comes to making your strategies work. So today we've been able to look at why strategies fail and what to do to make your strategy work for you. Okay, and we'll look at a lot of options. We'll look at a lot of headlines on failure, what to do to build resilience, how to do say thank you to everyone that has joined us for today for this month edition. April edition will be very powerful. Don't forget, we are moving full force into another area entirely. All right. I mentioned the area earlier. So if you want to join me on this, bye for now. See ya. Catch ya later.